breakthrough. Of course, the amount of data that it will generate will be enormous. If we are presently having 10 crore transactions which come to CRIS every day, we expect that in, say, 2 years' time, this number is going to increase at least ninefold. So, and of course, we must make use of AI for making use of this data. Our next speaker is Mr. Yogesh Huja. He's an entrepreneur, author, and a technologist. He's come from Helsinki. He's based there in Helsinki, South Finland. And he's managing director of Swan Software Support System. And he's also started a startup in Finland called Mouths of Globe. Also in Europe, in Estonia, he has got a company called SwanSoft. And he has also, in India, formed a startup by the name of Freedom Smart Labs, where his flagship product is www.freedom.desi, which is a cloud platform and mobile app for IoT and sensors. Mr. Yogesh Huja.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nigam. And it's amazing to stand here on the podium and talk about future of railways, an amazing landscape. When I talk about all the opportunities in India, in countries which are of size of a Delhi, specifically Finland, people say, oh my God, what are you handling? So I would like to just talk, we are, I would say, a thin organization, a lean organization, and disruption, the word that has been used nowadays, is something which is in our DNA. We talk about these kind of things with our customers on a daily basis. And when it comes to the parlance of railways, last decade has been dedicated working with Delhi Metro and Indian Railways. Our organization has actually understood data in a very different manner. And we go, challenging what is current. When I was hearing Mr. Mishra, member traffic, I was touched. I was touched because such honest admission to the current reality is very important. Any technology will only work when we will walk towards that thing with an open mind. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about a little bit about us, a very little bit, a data ocean where we are, connecting the dots, the digital transformation landscape in a very, very layman language. I will try that, if a student is here, he must really gain out of these 10 minutes of my talk, and a disruptive thinking. And this will be, loaded with a couple of images and videos so that you can see what exactly is happening. So I'll just start with a brief. This has been done by Nigam sir, that we are in industry from past 18 years. We've done a lot of work. Our core competence comes from partners like IBM Watson in the field of AI, where we're using a couple of products from them. Automation Anywhere, where we run bots for our clients, the digital workers. We will touch upon this thing. Microsoft partner, Libelium for IoT, and so on, AWS for infrastructure. The abundance of data in railways. I think this is a very typical point where when we say that, where are we today? What is the kind of market share when we say about the rail traffic, where are we today? So I was just doing some research. IEA report says that it's a 9% of global traffic that railways is having right now. Pardon my knowledge, it is all internet acquired. But the fact that I read is that it's going to be 40% of the global traffic that Indian Railways will have in 2050. So let me just set the stage for next 30 years and understand that how we can actually think 30 years ahead. What is the environment? What is the climate? What is the CO2 emission? And definitely efficiencies and other things have to be part of this entire game. So intelligent stations comes to everybody's mind, and definitely you put a lot of IoT sensors, you put RFIDs, you do ultimately, everything has to make some sense in terms of business. Mobility as a service. We talk about this thing in developed countries very often because everybody wants that the last mile should be connected. In India, we may walk miles and miles to reach our home. It may be happening in other countries, but people are talking about that the commuter of today carrying this amazing smartphone in his hand wants everything at the click of that button. Important and the most volatile thing that is changing the landscape is the crowdsourcing of the data. I was just reading out that there has been a lot of innovation done to get the information in real time, get most of the information in real time. We serve a lot of passengers every day carrying this amazing smartphone, capturing enormous amount of data from GIS to GPS to vibrations to anything. Think about these kind of variety of data that you can source from your passengers. So this is most crucial aspect. And when we say, I'm just going to run a small video for you. It's a
transportation methods. The other is that we think that we should have more efficiency through intelligent traffic management systems. So that's something that we are also interested in the coming years. And this both, I think, that will tackle as a part the climate change and needed to decarbonize the transportation methods. The other is that we think that we should.
So, objective of showing this small video is he's the transport minister from Finland. A lot of my learnings come from there. And when I interact with people like him, the thought, the pointers that they are talking, it's very important for us to also incorporate in our agenda. And I'm sure this is there when I see about a lot of programs which is run by the Indian government and definitely railways. Now, where are we going to apply this thing? The framework is right in front of you. The connecting dots is the important point, and when we are doing it intelligently, we are talking about the IoT framework, which has to connect to the infrastructure, to the rolling stock, to the maintenance. We have networks. 5G network is on our hand. We have servers capturing enormous amount of data. The quantum computing is in front of us. The big data, how it is coming. And definitely the last point after traffic and operations is the customer service. Are we talking about a quality of service? When I was just seeing the NEC slide, there was a small pointer saying loyalty. How will you recognize a loyal passenger? How will you treat him? What are these kind of aspects? And when we say the data intelligence will come our way, the digital workers will be put onto the job, and Internet of Things will be Internet of Trains. These aspects will lead us to the digital transformation landscape of AI, IoT, and big data analytics. Just few screens, so you gain a aspect that how AI is actually fitting into the game. So the AI system to create accurate, optimized transportation plans, one use case. The AI systems for ensuring stability and safety, another use case, and so on. This integration has to happen in the railways network. And how this is going to happen? A slide to give you a feeler from a passenger aspect. This is a very, very simple way. I enter to a train. I should feel that experience of that this train knows me. Starting from a track to the train, to the coaches, and going to my seat should be personalized to me. If it is a business class travel, you know what kind of comforts you get in an airline. When you talk about the seat knows you, it will only happen when the smart coaches or the smart trains are available on the shelf. There are certain initiatives which have been taken. I've seen smart coaches already been deployed, but they're gathering more of the machine data or the train data. But we have to bring that in form of some of the intelligence in the train, and then assuring the quality of the service. assurance, responsiveness, safety, and other aspects. Now, I've been fortunate to travel sometimes on Tejas, and I really feel there's a difference. There is a difference when I travel with some other trains. You know, hospitality makes me feel comfortable, and I say that, okay, my travel is amazing. And when I take this entire experience to developed countries, and I see an amazing landscape when I'm going countryside. Green is also important. Technology should go hands in hand. And before we touch the big data aspect, I would just like to throw a statistics which says that the number of incidents are going down. In last 17, 18 years, this report says in Indian Railways, the number of incidents are going down. For sure, safety is utmost priority. And how can we make it to zero? Can machines do this job for us? Is this possible in 10 years? Is this possible in 20 years, 30 years? Because when you're talking about failure analysis, when you're talking about log analysis, you're sitting on a gold mine of data. This gold mine of data has to be churned out into intelligence. And then, what are we carrying when we are talking about freight? It says 48% of coal is being transferred by Indian Railways. And I was just hearing it out that it has started moving by roads. So these aspects we are going to talk about. And before I reach to the end of this session, I would just like to give you another small video where the disruption element, from where it is coming, where you should look out for these kind of aspects or ideas. Just hear it from some guys from Europe, how they're thinking and how they're innovating. This is a EU Commissioner for Transport. Can we have the audio?
A driver for mitigation of climate change consequences. So we really do hope that rail will finally become interoperable, reliable, efficient, and I know that Shift2Rail plays an extremely important role here. Be open for disruptive innovation, keep bringing startups on board, and I'm sure you're going to prove yourself to be extremely valuable in the creation of a modern European transport. First of all, to introduce multiple.
So I would just like to come to the end of this session, that disruption, when we talk about 70,000 coaches in the country, and you thinking of automating them, give 7 to each startup, and think the disruption and the data that's coming your way. It's going to change. Analyze. You guys are the best experienced person who have run the railways network for so many years. Added with the blend of technocrats and added with the blend of the latest technology tools. And I think efficiency, multimodality, interoperability, and reliability will come your way. Thank you very much, Yogesh.
Thank you, Yogesh. Internet of Things is